Okay, so our guest right now, he is a director. He does cinematography, photographer, a skater, all around great dude to be with, hanging out, good vibes. How's it going, man?
Man, great. How you doing?
Doing good. Thanks for being on the podcast, dude. So first, I want to say that you're really into the whole PMA thing, positive mental attitude.
Oh, that's everything.
Yeah, I follow your IG and noticed that you read some neat books, like the Four Agreements. I think you have a book with you right now.
Yeah.
The nature of personal reality.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about your philosophy in life?
I mean, it's like, okay, that's a funny question because like philosophy of life, it's so simple to me. I just think like I just see light. Like when I see you, I see light, and like when I see myself, I see the same thing. Like so, basically, what it is for me is like I don't notice a cord that's like plugged into me into the wall. You know what I mean? So like, and it's the same thing for you.
Yeah.
And I just humbly believe that like my greatness is like your greatness as well. So
Wow.
it's just like a reflection right there. So that's just like all love. So to me, that's like what, that you can say that's my philosophy. It's just like humbly seeing light within other people,
Wow. So I guess you see the good in other people in a sense.
Yeah. It's just like, I mean, knowledge we gain over time kind of makes us corrupt, but like, that's how I feel. But I mean, it's all love. I mean, we all have that same greatness within us. On default, we want to feel good.
Right.
So, like, I just like to continue that,
That's cool, man. Very cool. I definitely kind of believe in that too. I started reading The Secret like in '08.
Oh, okay.
The whole law of attraction thing.
Yeah.
I really try. Sometimes it's tough, but it's kind of like true.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like you got to work for it. Like you want something, but you got to work for it, but just know like it's there. You just have to like work for it.
Yeah, you just got to put it out there. You got to manifest it. Everything starts from the inside out. Like, life starts from the inside. These trees grow from the earth,
Bars.
So,
Bars.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just like that, what you speak, what you think, and like your inner thoughts.
Yeah.
It ultimately comes out to, your vocal, words, and that goes off to, you could call it God, the universe, or whatever. But like, it all starts from the inside. And so, and that's a profound thing, and I humbly believe in speaking things into reality.
Yeah, I think what's crazy, it also goes for negative thoughts too. Like
100%.
It's scary.
Yeah, 110%. I can't agree with that any much more.
It's like when you're having a bad day, you just keep thinking bad stuff, and bad stuff keeps happening.
You just gotta like, I tell people sometimes it's like, you can have a bad day or something horrible can happen.
Yeah.
But it's like you may not even believe it. You could say, I love myself still. Like everything's gonna be great. Like I'm still alive. I'm good. You can say all that. You probably won't believe it. But you consciously thought that thought, and being that like you're powerful enough to come up with that while you're going through like specific times, that's gonna like change your whole reality in person. That's what I believe. That's kind of what the book kind of talks about.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, I kind of try to just live in the present because I also believe that a lot of times we live in the past too much with regret, and anxiety comes from the future. But if you try to live in the now, it's really tough.
Oh yeah.
But you feel okay because right now we're very privileged. We're not, we have like running water, electricity, all that stuff. We kind of didn't feel the electricity part on Saturday, the power outage.
Oh my God.
Did your power come out?
Yeah. My whole like apartment complex.
Dang.
Yeah, and just like, just about all of Northridge. There's some apartments that still have power. But like the whole block was black,
That's
like
crazy.
Yeah, it really was.
What time did the power come on for you guys?
I mean, I was in Palmdale, and when that happened, and then like my boy and I, we traveled back to Northridge like that same day, like that night, and we're like, yo, this is like some purge type stuff. Like, I was like, what? Yeah.
Dude, it's scary because when you're driving, there's no traffic lights.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Because you drive too, right? So
in there.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, took the Uber. But it's just scary, man, because like people get in accidents already.
Oh yeah.
With the traffic lights, can't imagine without them.
Yo, that's scary. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm good.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I definitely firmly believe in the whole PMA thing. That, like you said, bringing things into life, manifesting.
Yeah.
Trying to like. I mean, accepting negative thoughts. Again, you can't be happy all the time.
Exactly.
But what do you say? I mean, like, when people say like, "Oh, you're too positive. You can't be happy all the time." What do you say to that?
I mean, like, we're human. You know, I mean, of course, we're not gonna like feel positive at times because, you know, this world that we live in is a wild one.
Yes.
You know, like I could be like in some like country where there's a war going on.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be that happy if like I know I just got wounded. Like, you know.
Yeah.
So
it's
definitely okay to not feel good. Like we're gifted to have these emotions, and so like being that we have these emotions, appreciate it. But at the same time, being that like on default, I know I like feeling good. Yeah. So I might as well just like focus on that most of the time. So yeah, it's cool. You don't have to be positive all the time.
Yeah, it's tough, but it's a good mentality, man. So I mean, so when I first knew you're a skater, right?
Yeah.
How did you get into skating?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
What? Explain, please explain.
Yeah, like all right, like I remember I think I was like 9, and Yu-Gi-Oh was popping back then.
Okay.
It was popping, and like I'd ask my mom, hey, can I get these cards? I need this deck. You know, I got like Egyptian god, you know, a card in this deck right here, and she's like, Huey, like you need to like be more active. Like, why do you keep going out and just like hanging out with your friends and playing cards, sitting down all day? I was like, oh, it's kind of true. You know, I do that a lot. And then like one day I just randomly, I had like a skateboard, like an old used skateboard, and like I skated to my friend's house to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and we played for a little bit, and then I was like, you know, this is kind of boring. Let me try some. So I remember seeing like how to perform an ollie, like, you know, like a tutorial.
Oh wow.
And I was like, all right, let's try to like, let me try it out. Let me put the board on the grass and try ollie. Craziest thing ever. I kid you not. I put the board on the grass, and I remember I was like, I just envisioned it. I was like, all right, this is how it works. And I did an ollie on the grass.
Are you serious? First
yeah. First I was like,
dude,
what? Like, yo, okay, later Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, and I just from that point on, I literally did not stop skating like at all. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember my first deck. I was in the whole skating thing. I'm a little older, so like when Tony Hawk the video game came out and the tech decks came out, got into skating. I had like a Hobie board, like first like a not that good of a board. Yeah. My first real deck was like a Shorty's Chad Muska, the Green Kamikaze, with like Fury Trucks and Ghetto Child wheels. What was your first setup? Like when you got like a legit deck?
Like an actual one?
Yeah.
It was a Scarecrow skateboard. It was a pro model of Frank Carrata. It was his pro model. I had like a pair of Indy trucks.
Nice.
I forgot what wheels I had. They were he just gave me wheels and like bearings and stuff.
What bearings you get? Remember?
You know, I remember they were like just all metal, like the shield for the bearing, that was metal. That's all I remember. It was and I don't know why I remember that was my first like bearing, like actual real one. Yeah. And I wanted to keep it. And I kept it for like, I forgot, like 6 years or something like that, and then like I lost it. I completely forgot what brand it was. I think it was, I have no clue.
Back when I skated, there was like Lucky's,
Lucky,
Black Panthers, China Red Bones,
Bones, and Bones.
And then like there was Abex 7, but I didn't want to fuck with those. It was too fast for me. I forget what they were.
Bearings. They come like Abex and like you know, like Abex. I mean, just from like years of experience, it kind of makes like a little difference. I mean, not that much. Yeah, that's why I see. I'm like, but like, what's always good, you can't go wrong. You know, like, you know, Bones, Bone Swiss are always like, you know, probably like the best bearings. Reds, I don't know, like they pop. You know, for me,
it was Bone Swiss ceramic, right, or something like that.
Oh, ceramics, those are wild. Yeah. Those. Oh god.
Is there a big difference from like ABEC? I mean, I definitely felt a difference from ABEC 1 to ABEC 3. Is there a big difference from 5 to 7?
I honestly don't know. I just get the bearings to skate.
Oh, okay.
But crazy. I do know like Bone Swiss. Yeah, those are solid bearings right there. Like they'll just you know.
Are you more of a street skater?
I do everything. You know,
you
like
vert too.
I mean, I'll hop on.
Damn.
I mean, I won't like drop in.
Oh yeah, I never got to that level. The most I could do was ollie, which is crazy. You did it in one try. It took me like months. Like I'd hold on to stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I like do it on the grass.
Yeah.
I mean, like I could barely do an ollie like moving. And my best move was like an ollie onto a red curb and then grind it.
Yeah. Oh, those are the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Well, how long were you skating? Like,
like a couple of years. It wasn't even that good. I mean, like I was so scared of like when you're going fast and you try to do something.
Yeah. It's a different world, man.
It's crazy. I don't know how you and Josh do it, man. Like, I'm always scared of getting hurt. I mean, when you're about to do a trick in your mind, do you think you're just gonna get hurt, like you're gonna fall, or you're just gonna like do it one shot?
You know, I think that's a beautiful thing of skating because like I believe in like something where I call it like the infinite roll. Like there's always like a point zero. I say 2 points. A 0.0001% or something. There's like a slight percentage of something happening. Like I could say like I don't know. Someone could throw a baseball from that point of the building.
Yeah.
And somehow make it roll exactly in front of this window. You know, like there's like a 0.001%. Of course, there's some things that are impossible, but there's always some slight little possibility in there. You know, so like I relate that to skating. It's just like there's a percentage I can really like eat it. You know, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just trying to live for right now. You know?
That's
like,
cool, man.
And so like this seems fun. So like I know there's like there's a chance that I could fall and hurt myself. But I don't know. That's like the biggest risk is like trying it when I first start skating because you're not used to falling.
Yeah.
You know,
scares
like
the crap out of me.
as a skater, you know, like you're not used to falling like all the time, you knowing how to roll and stuff. But then like once you get older, it's like okay, yeah, you still got that risk, but you kind of know how to bail out. You know.
So what like your kind of favorite tricks to do? Like you do like street stuff or like jump off stuff?
I love like honestly everything, but my favorite, I don't know why, just back tail slides. I love
back tail slides.
I love back tails.
So that's when you ollie and then you use your back to, or like you face backwards, or how does it?
Yeah. So it's like basically say like you're say okay, are you what stance
I'm
are you?
Goofy.
Goofy? Okay, cool. So say like you're parallel to a ledge.
Yeah.
You know, and your back is facing the ledge. And you ollie, and then you put your tail on the ledge.
Okay.
And you slide. So it's like you're sliding backwards, basically.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's a fun to say, like, especially when you do it like perfectly, and when you actually slide, it's dope, and you get comfortable on it. You can like do like shoves out. You could go to 180. You know, you gotta be going fakie. You know, so it's like
it's next level.
It's fun. It's fun. We gotta go skate.
I'm not that good. I'll just watch. I like watching. I think that was a big aspect for me, just watching people skate. The videos I watched was like The End by Shorties, I think. Yeah, right. The girl.
Yeah.
That was a really cool video. I watched some 411s here and there. How's it? 411 or 411?
Yeah, 411.
411. Yeah. Who are your like skaters that you watch? Your favorite skaters to listen to? Or not? Fuck. I'm thinking of like the last one. Who are your favorite skaters to watch?
I'd say Antoine Dixon. Like his style is ridiculous. Like I love watching him skate, but. All-time favorite skateboarder, like, Wes Kramer.
These are newer generation art.
Wes, he started popping off, like, kind of in, I think, like, 2011. No, I'd say, like, 2013. No, I'd say 2011.
Okay.
2013. Yeah, Skate Mafia cat.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm so behind. I wish I knew so much more. I remember, like, when I stopped, it was Eric Costins, the Rodney Mullins, Day One songs, the Chad Muskas. That's like who I resonate with. But yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of newer cats.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Like the game's changed, man.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Do you get? Are you sponsored?
No.
Do you know how the skate world is like? Do you get as much money as you did back then, or is it?
That's honestly something I'm not too like informed about.
Oh, okay.
But like, I'm not too sure actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always like skating. I just watch people do them, like manuals and all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Do you do stairs?
But I don't take it to extreme. Like sometimes, like once in a blue mood, I'd be like, all right, I'm down to throw like, I'll throw a tray flip, you know, or and I'm like, all right. I'll maybe like heel flips. Well, it kind of depends on what size stairs. So if like, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little older, you know, and like being like in my science background and like the medical side, that kind of like haunts me, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
I'm like, all right, it's like I know what could happen, like if I were to like hit my head like this, or if I were to fall like this, because I took biomechanics, and so like literally in that class, like in like that whole major, I just like related to skating, and so I was like, yo. You could really hurt yourself if you land like this, or like how did I not break my arm like this one time? You know, so it's like I kind of now since I know that I'm like, oh, you know,
yeah.
But
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the mentality? I mean, I can't even imagine you're like skating, you're like about to like ollie off the stairs. Like, what are you thinking? I mean,
Oh, you don't think.
you don't think?
Yeah, that's
I
the
think too
beautiful thing
much.
about skating. It really teaches you like not to use your mind. Because it's like the minute like okay, so it's skating. It's like, okay, you automatically understand how to do this trick. So say if I like there's like a 10 stair and I want to kickflip off of it. It's like, okay, I've practiced kickflips for this long. You gotta say to yourself like, I know how to do a kickflip.
Yeah.
I could do a kickflip without thinking right now. But the thing is, like, when you're rolling up, you're rolling up fast that set of stairs. If you think with your mind like, okay, I didn't kickflip or I didn't flick it right, and now you're in this position where you're like halfway down the stairs, and now you had like a second guess, and I was like, okay, now I kicked out, I'm gonna hurt my heel, Or whereas if you just went with your gut and just like believed and you just knew, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna kickflip it, like this is fun. You roll up and you just do it, and like you're like, okay, cool. The minute you think about it, it's like when you really start to hurt yourself.
I thought too much. Maybe that was my problem.
You know what?
That's crazy, man.
It happens, man.
So you were a kinesiology major. I always saw you in the library when I'm in the library. You always like hitting the books and everything, and you're very passionate about it. And I noticed recently you switched your major to CTVA, which is what is it?
Cinema, television arts. Yeah.
What made you do that?
Honestly, like a lot, like seeing Josh.
Yeah.
Josh, my roommate.
Shouts
like,
out Josh.
Good friend of mine.
He'll be on the show too.
You ugly.
I don't know if you heard that.
He knows what I'm gonna say. That.
Yeah. So Josh,
it's wild because like it's kind of strange. We're like the same person. Like it's weird. Like weird. Skated from Palmdale, and then like we're same person. I was in them. Like we get up to college, and it's like seeing him. He was a kinesiology major. He was pre-PT.
Really?
And
no
so like
way.
he was gonna do physical therapy, and I was like, yo, what? Like I'm doing the same thing, you know? And like I was like, yo, okay, like he's for sure like I don't know, like I saw him. No, I was talking to him one time, and he was like, yeah, dude, I don't think I'm gonna do PT. I was like, what? Yeah, I'm over here just like all in the PT offices,
yeah, you
like
on
just
dude.
intern everywhere, just
bro.
Straight A's, all sciences and stuff like that. And then like he's like, I'm switched, and like literally he changed. He was like, I just saw like so much more of a light in them. I was like,
yeah.
Dang. And then, like that reminded me how it was when I was like in the 8th grade. Like because in the 8th grade I had to like I was always into film and photography.
Yeah.
Like I love that. Like growing up, it was always music, film, and photography. That was it.
Right.
And so like I had for my 8th grade final project in my class, we had to come up with like we had to make a binder and put like what school we're gonna go to, college, we're gonna study. Yeah. And so like I had UCLA film. They have a cinematography program, and so I was like, ooh, I want to do that. And so like I remember making that, and I always kept it in like that folder. I don't know why. I always just kept important things in there, like life remembrances stuff. And so like I remember like when he switched. He was my roommate still at the time. I ended up like, I was like, yo, check this out. Like, you switched, this is like what initially I wanted to do. And he was like, what?
That's crazy.
And he was like, dude, like that's wild. And so seeing him do that and being like, dang, dude, like I used to really be about like film and all that. I was like, huh. And then I was coming to a point in time in college and just life. I was just like not feeling it. I was like, like, am I going to be happy with doing this? Yeah. For like the next like 40 years, because this is my life, like, and I'm like, I'm trying to be happy, like, and I know that like if I pursued like becoming like, because I was PT at first, and I was like, I'm gonna do pre-med, then nursing. I was like, I'm not gonna have like this happiness I want. I love helping people, but it isn't through this fashion. Yeah. And so then like seeing him just straight killing it and like directing and all that, I'm like. Wow, like this is really like this is like a constant reminder, like, yo, this is like what I've always wanted to do. And so like from that point I just ended up, I was like, you know what, let's just do it. Like, at first they said I couldn't switch, and I was like, oh good, I'm just gonna keep like studying myself. Yeah. And then like I found I could switch, and I was like, this is like, I didn't even take a CTVA class yet, and I already feel like that much more happier. So it's like, yeah, but ultimately, like for like cinema, is like you don't need to go to school for it, and so I always kept that mentality, and I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and learn, and just like keep reading, getting out there in the field, learning, and making connections. So like that's the reason why I switched. You know, just to truly like be myself. You know.
Yeah, because I think as a college student, you switch your major like a couple times. Because on one hand, you know, definitely in the medical field as a doctor, like pre-med, you make a bunch of money.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a crap ton of money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if it's not your passion, you might like resent it later on.
Yeah, you're gonna do it. That's 100%. I used to intern at West Hills Hospital, and I mean, it's in a nice area, you know, and definitely. You see like a lot of like a lot of MDs. Yeah. You know, like walking around through the hospitals, and I'm always the person like, hey, how are you doing? You know, or like give someone a smile. And it's kind of sad that like a lot of these people are healers, but they haven't healed themselves.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
Deep.
They've never healed themselves. It's like they're stuck with like a wound that like they spent like so many of these years. But the thing is wrong for me to assume that like it's because they chose this career that like they're not happy. But the thing is it's a trend. A lot of people hop into like, you know, med school, thinking that's what they're supposed to do. Yeah. But in reality, like a lot of them, they want to be like dancers or they want to be like musicians. Right. But then there's a huge vast of people who are truly healers. They want to go into medicine. They want to do this. You know, this is like their passion. They love science. You know, so like, I feel like there is a lot of, sometimes like a lot of resentment. In a way, you know.
Because in the Filipino community, I mean, I don't know if you noticed, probably a lot of nurses are Filipino. Yeah. Right? I mean, I think it's the pattern. I think it's a way for, like in the Philippines back then, I remember like a way to get out of the Philippines and into America was if you're a nurse. So I kept continuing. And I got a lot of pressure from family. Hey, you should do medical field. You should be a nurse.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of my friends who are Filipino, they're nurses, like off the top. You know, I think that's great, but I kind of wondered too, like, are you doing it because to make your family happy, or you truly enjoy doing what you do? Right. I mean, a lot of times there is family pressure. It can be tough if you live with family, and it's like, well, if you're not going to go to med school, I'm not going to pay for your college. Ooh. You know, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, they seem to enjoy it. But I'm glad you brought that up. I always thought that maybe they do actually, all of them actually do like being a nurse.
Yeah, yeah. But there's, oh my gosh, like I know like of, like my old like pediatrician. She was the most like, oh my god, how you doing? Like, let's go help you out. You know, because I can see that in people. There's, I honestly believe that people like honestly genuinely care about other people.
Oh, definitely.
You know, it's so like that's just there's a fact. But then a lot of people they had to like kind of like force themselves to be able to like help people medically. You know, so it's like, whereas like you should just let that passion organically grow. I feel. But I know there is people like who are just healers. You know, like I humbly believe in that. Like, and you know, it's just, you know, if someone's able to like figure out, look within and just like analyze and see like, okay, what brings me true euphoria? Seeing that patient come up from like the you know the medical bed, you know, it's probably like the greatest thing for a lot of people. So
that's a cool. I'm sure that'd be like a great thing to see, like if they're in a coma or something and they'll like wake up. That's awesome. Wow, man. So you said you're into film. You've been into film and cameras for a long. So you're young, right?
Oh yeah.
What was it? When's the first time you picked up a camera? Like when you got exposed to cinematography?
Oh, like my pop's old. I forgot what it was. It was like a old camera. I don't know. Might have been like a Canon A1 or something, but like it was a film camera. And I remember just like I was probably like 6. Just like, you know how like have you ever like in your house like as a kid just like went on like a little like scavenger hunt? Oh yeah. You go in like the cabinets to see what's, you know, just being nosy. Yeah. So I went into like this cabinet. I found like this old camera. I'm like, sick. Like, you know, so I'm over here just like cranking. It didn't work, but I was just cranking and just clicking, like just like looking through it. Imagine like I'm filming and stuff.
That's dope.
And then like that eventually like that transition to when I started skating, because I was like, okay, like this is dope. I want someone to capture this, and so like I was like, you know, I want to do it. Like I just always like cameras, and I asked my mom like, hey, like, you know, if anything, I just want a camera, you know, like, and she kind of knew it, and so she, you know, it got me like a little I think it started off with those. It was like a little square camera.
Yeah.
I got that for Christmas. I remember that year. And then like I just like go out and film like my friend, and like that just ended up growing from there. And then like I just kept filming. I loved it. Everything I did. Like I was in like this it was like this program in Palmdale called like Our Voice, and it was like a newscasting program.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I was like the videographer for it.
Okay.
Completely loved it. It was like the dopest thing ever. And like I just kept going, and like you know just had like a cool mentor, Jamie Lou. Much love, shouts to him. He established the point that like I never went to film school, but I'm just doing it because I love it, and just the happiest guy ever. And so from that point, I was like, this is it.
Nice.
And then like I was like, all right, cool. And so I've always just been in the film. Just loved it, you know.
So then, how did you get into doing kinesiology or PT work?
High school. Like I was like, I was always filming and stuff like that. And then like, I feel like okay in areas. Have you noticed this? Like in specific areas, people think the same in a way. There's like a common like theme of thought.
Definitely.
So I'm from the Antelope Valley, Palmdale. Very close minded place out there. Not, you'll find some like open minded cats, but for majority, if you go up to a random person and smile and be like, "How are you?" You know, they'd be like, "You're weird." You know,
really?
like for the most part, yeah. You know, like it's very close minded out there, and so like being that it's like when you're in high school, the thoughts are like, are you gonna go to college? Do you have a job after high school, or are you going to the military? You know, so that's like a common theme I see out there, and it's weird. And the thing is, like, I feel that captivates a lot of people. You have to have a really strong mind to like not let that, you know, infiltrate you. And so like I felt that kind of like infiltrated me. I was like, if I'm gonna go anywhere, like I need a stable job.
Yes.
You know, and you need, you know, just have like a good income. Yeah. And so you know, counselors are like, oh, here's this career, like check this out. Right. You know, you're a skater, you should be a physical therapist. Yeah. You know, so I think that was it. You know, just like, you know, going into the medical field like that, and then I just like branched off from there.
That's cool. I'm glad you found your passion or refound your passion. You're pursuing it. What's your current like camera right now? What do you use?
Right now I use a Canon T5i.
Okay.
Yeah, T5i. I ran out like a 50mm lens all the time. That's like my favorite thing. And then like, I just that's what I use now, and I love it. You know, I got my Cinda style on it. Nice. And just going out there and.
So you do a lot of like you film a lot of skateboarding.
You know what? I'm down to do it, but I found that I haven't been doing it at all. You know, I just been like more focused on like shooting like, you know, directing like music videos, and like I mean I'm in the works for like my own projects. Nice. Like, you know, just because I don't see myself as just like a music video director. Right. You know, I just like I just creator. Well, because I love comedy. Comedy and it's just like woke stuff, you know. So like I that's the type of projects I'm into. Cool. You know, so so there's a lot of stuff going in the works right now.
Nice. So I saw that you have a YouTube channel, right? The QMC.
Yeah.
Shout out Solo. I saw you directed his video. How do you say that name? Like
Solo.
No, Solo. But like the title of his that song.
That's
the one. I saw it was well done, man. Like it was very well professionally done. I like the slow-mo trails. I saw it was dope, dude. I saw other people on it too. Like, I see you do other videos there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's very cool. So how long did that take, like the video for you to do?
Oh, the one with Solo.
Yeah.
That was so funny. It was so random. It was like Josh. Solo and myself. Yeah. We were so Josh and we're like, yo, let's go shoot in downtown, because that's one thing we like to do. We love, you know, because photography is like, that's like my heart right there too. Yeah. So like, and his too. So like we go out and shoot in the city, and we're like, yo, what's our boy, you know, because he's a photographer too. Yeah. He's amazing photography. And so like we went down to LA and downtown. And like,
Chinatown, right?
Yeah, downtown. That's where you gotta go. Yeah, I love that place. And so it's oh my god, I love so much like stories within that city, you know. Yeah. But yeah, we ended up shooting like you know just around, and then like I think we were playing that song, and he didn't have a music video for it, and randomly we're just like, why don't just like shoot random something right now, you know, like,
Yeah.
because we're all a bunch of creative heads,
Right.
and we're like, let's do it. And so like we end up like literally just shooting it randomly, like super random. Like, oh, you know, like it'd be dope, like out here, like, you know, we're just like getting it, and then this is like right when I like literally right when I decided I'm gonna do film, and I was like, I really would like to edit this, you know, and I was just in my heart, and then like, you know, because I'm new to it, like it's still like I would need some, like I need to learn, you know, and I was blessed enough to like, they're like, yeah, like are you down to like shoot this, you know, I mean edit, you know, I'm like, yeah, let's do it, you know, so
nice.
Like yeah, I just edit. So like Josh and I, we shot it, and yeah, I just edited. So
that's dope.
Yeah.
It looks very good.
Thank you, man.
I mean,
Thank you.
Looks so professionally done. So like the QMC thing, is that mainly for music videos? You're gonna have other stuff there.
Other stuff, yeah,
other stuff.
Yeah, other stuff. You know, so like I think on it there's a local lingo. I think I posted a local lingo music event. Like they had like a showcase there, and I posted that. So it's like it's like a platform for like all my films. It's definitely not just music videos, because like there's so much to this world that, like, you know, I mean, yeah, you could like focus on music, that's dope, but like I'm fascinated with like everything, like comedy, like I love comedy, you know, so like you definitely on my channel you're gonna see comedy, you know, you're gonna see like a bunch of woke stuff, you know, like, you know, like, so
very cool.
Yeah, definitely it's a lot more than that.
Nice.
Yeah,
because I see there's a Loco Lingo, that's a show, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
You Brew Mind Blown, is that another music video?
That's my first music video I directed.
Nice.
Yeah. Shout out to Ubru. Man, you're
Shout
dope.
out, man.
Much love.
And then the reel, is that a compilation of everything you've done?
Yeah, so like a reel is it just shows my style of anyone I could do, I could bring forth. And that's basically what it is, you know. So it's just like a compilation of like my favorite bits and pieces of like my work. Right. You know, and that's decided to put together. I've been thinking about putting a reel together for a minute, just because like now since I'm getting into the game, I might as well like hop in, you know, ready, you know, instead of speaking, I'm just like, all right, let's do it, you know. So like I put that together real quick, and yeah, the beat on that, I made that too. Like, so I was like,
you make beats too?
Yeah, I produce a DJ.
I
yeah,
know that. Damn.
Yeah.
So you said earlier you do photography as well, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of photography to do, or do you have a top favorites?
I just love people. You know, so like I feel like people in their most like raw, organic environment. You know, like because and just like honestly, just getting inspiration from everything. But like I really love how people act, what stories they present. You know, because in photography, I look at it as like, how can I create this story? You know, like I can see what's in my frame, but like let me somehow like create something from it. You know, because you could take a photo, but then like you could create like a masterpiece. You know. Yeah,
I mean, my next question would be with that. I mean, what's the difference from just like, I mean, I guess how do you take a photo? Like, what makes you say, hey, I want to pull out my camera and take a picture of this? Like, what goes through your mind?
Like, I kind of like, it's weird. I just make a story in my head. Like, you know, so say if I see something that's like intriguing, I'm like, this is interesting. Or like, I could just like, or I could train myself to be like, okay, here's your computer.
Yeah.
Let me be creative. Let me make something out of this, you know? So like, that's what kind of makes it, because I feel like, just being a person that like, I identify as like, I see like the infinite possibility, the infinite being within myself. There's always something, somehow you could be creative and make like an art, like a masterpiece with it. And so, be it that like, I love taking photos of, like going out to the city, because that's where people are most like in their element. Yeah. I like making stories out of it, my own stories, or I'll like see what they're going through. Maybe like I said, I personally, I would never understand what they're going through.
Right.
But I know that I could kind of like take a guess and make it beautiful, you know. So like that's kind of like what I like to do.
That's cool, man. So I also saw that you intern at Dash Radio along with Josh. Can you tell me a story of how that happened? Like, how did you get into that internship?
Okay, see, this is it. All right, for whoever's listening to this, like, always stay humble, keep an open mind. That's all I gotta say. Stay humble, be kind, and just keep an open mind. Because how this happened was wild. Like, we went to this music showcases. It's called a Say Yes. Say Yes, and like they hosted this like music show, and the things they were looking for volunteers. And like I saw them, like I've been to one of them before. I was like, this is amazing. Like I would love to volunteer, you know, like and of course, like off tops, first person I think of, yo, Josh, like, you down to go? Yeah, he was extremely down because he's like extremely with making amazing content, you know, and helping out and contributing to it. That's that cat is wild dude. And so we were like, okay, let's do it. Got in contact, and we got linked up with this guy, amazing cat too. He was like, hey, yeah, so like I'm gonna be like mainly shooting. Is it cool if y'all can get like B-roll and photos and stuff like that? We're like, yeah, no problem. So we get there, we get to the showcase, and like he wasn't able to make it. So he was like, hey, like I'm not gonna be able to make it, you know. I said, hey, don't worry about it. We'll hold it down straight up, you know, because like I know what I am, and I know I really understand what he could do. So I was like, whatever we're gonna produce, we're gonna make, it's gonna be top grade, you know. Like, and so he was like, he was like, okay, cool, let's do it. So like we ended up shooting it, and like after we shot it, he was like, yo, thank you so much. Like, if you ever need anything, like, let me know. Like, really open, genuine, like, beautiful soul. And so like he had like a client, like an artist, or I think, and she was gonna be on Dash Radio on the Kickback show. And so basically he reached out to Josh, I think reached out to Josh, told him about her, and then like they linked up, the artist and Josh, and they ended up going to Dash Radio shooting. And Josh was like, hey, do you want to come, like, you know, help? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So like I came help, and we're there just like, you know, we're just, you know, doing our thing. And the guy, the main DJ of like the Kickback show, he saw how Josh and I worked, because it's pure communication. We understand like what goes into making quality, you know, content. And he saw that, and it was a funny thing. Was he was looking for interns during that time.
Nice.
And he saw that, like, what we did, and so like he brought us in like next time for a show. He was like, wow, okay, next time. He's like, wow, okay, even better. And so now, like, you know, he see that, and now we basically ended up in this like beautiful position where like we're working with artists, and you know, getting to meet them and to understand, you know, the process of what goes into a radio show. And as well as just like how to just you know, be in that environment is dope, you know. So it's great, yeah. So
what do y'all do there? You guys film interviews, or just are you there in the same room?
Yeah. So like we basically like direct all of like the you know, videography. We do like photography too. We so we do that for the show, and we also do like a producer segment for the show, and for specific producers. So like, say if a producer comes on, we'll have them do like the full, you know, radio show, and then we'll do like a producer segment. So we'll have that producer making the beat. So that's basically how it goes. We'll do that, or we'll like shoot like a full show, and of like an artist, and we edit like all the content, and you know, the photos and stuff like that. So
that's awesome. That's cool that y'all in that position, because that's like part of your passion, what you want to do, like cinematography, videography, all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Just stars align, man.
It's beautiful. You know, I humbly, like I said, like, you gotta speak it. You gotta like see the greatness within yourself, and see that everybody else is, because I believe like that's what allows people to have like that, you know, not be, have arrogance.
Yeah.
To kind of stay humble. So like being able to like see the greatness within you and yourself and just speak it and believe that like whenever someone else says it, that they're gonna make it. They're gonna be like the next like director Quentin Tarantino or whatever, and being able to like be like, yeah, I could definitely see it happening because like you got that same light. That's what kind of like you could say like, yeah, for sure the stars aligned.
Yeah.
But it's like it really just manifested itself because of just keeping an open mind, being humble, being true to yourself, and knowing your worth, and knowing that like presenting yourself as like a beautiful asset.
I also noticed your first name's Quentin, like Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Coincidence? I don't know.
Who knows that? That.
Are you aspiring to do like movies in the future? Is that what you kind of in the direction of doing movies, directing?
Right. Yeah. Movies. I love comedy.
So
like love comedy. So like
what are some of your favorite movies? Comedy movies?
Favorite comedy movie? How High.
How High is oh my god, it's amazing.
You know that movie?
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Wasn't there How High 2? I forgot.
Who was in it?
How High 2?
Oh, there's a How High 2?
I don't know. Was there? I feel like there was, but I guess not. Oh, there was a TV show, right? Red and Meth. I'm getting things confused.
I'm not too sure about that, but like How High is hilarious.
Amazing.
Oh my god, that movie just cracks me up. And like the scary movies, people think they're like horrible and stupid. I think they're hilarious.
They're very funny.
So like, yeah,
those are good. I like does Friday count as comedy?
Friday is probably like one of the best movies ever made.
That's so classic.
Ever made.
I mean, I heard they're doing the last one, like the last Friday or something like that.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. That sounds familiar.
I heard they're doing that. Next Friday was good. Friday after next, okay.
Yeah.
But I just remember everyone was so mad that Smokey wasn't in the second one.
Yeah, dude, you gotta have Smokey.
Rush Hour 2.
Smokey, man.
But who was the cousin? Mike Epps, right?
Is it?
I don't know. It's been a while. I feel like Mike Epps was the cousin. Was Ice Cube's cousin?
Really?
Well, in the movie.
Oh,
in the movie. I'm sorry. He went to like Rancho Cucamonga. Ice Cube did.
Yeah.
Cousin Day Day was there. Was that Mike Epps?
I think because I know Mike Epps is in it, but like, I don't know, it's been so long since I've seen it.
Those are great movies, man.
Honestly, man, yeah, that and just like, I find like, just comedies are just great. That and like, have you seen Get Out?
I haven't yet. I heard great things about it. I still have to see it.
It's oh my god, it's amazing. It's amazing. That movie right there is just. God, it had like a little glimpse of comedy here and there.
It's a horror movie, right?
Yeah, I think it's it's like a thriller. Okay. It definitely has this comedy feel. At the same time, it has like that haunting, eerie kind of feel of a movie. Of a horror movie.
Low key, like I love watching scary movies, but I hate them because they're scary.
Yeah, I get you. You know what, like, because what would you say? Like you watch stuff to feel good, or to escape reality.
I mean, like, I'll watch, like, scary movies in the daytime.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
Annabelle and, like, The Conjuring. I'll watch that shit in the daytime.
You have to.
You have to. No, I'm not that
Have you ever,
scared.
like, watched a scary movie and then, like, you're like, damn, this is really scary. I was so scared right now. You turn, like, Barney or something like that. Just to lighten up the movie.
Hell yeah. What movie did that for you?
The Evil Dead.
Really? The original ones or the new one?
New one. The original ones are great.
Yeah.
But the new one, I seen that.
Yeah.
Scared the lights off because for one, I don't like gruesome stuff. Like that's like super bloody. I'm like, I don't like that. Like cool. I like feeling good. So that's why I watch comedies and all that. But that movie, after I seen that, I was like, where isn't what's the soonest Elmo show that's gonna come on?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm trying to lighten up my mood.
Yeah.
Like, let me turn on some Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Like
that's scary. It was good. I didn't find it too scary, but I can see where it possibly could happen, I guess.
Yeah.
What got me was The Ring when I was younger.
Oh, The Ring.
The original one, like I think it came out. It was the American version, and we were just like, I was in third grade.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Blair Witch is the first one.
Yo, I heard that was like that was a good little movie. Right?
It was the first of its kind, I believe, to have the handheld.
Yeah,
thing.
handheld one. Yeah.
Watching it now, I don't think I'd be scared, but at the time when I was in 3rd grade, scared the crap out of me. Yeah, I don't think we get. I don't think we like finished watching it because we just like psyched ourselves out. My cousin was playing the Destiny's Child album, you know, in his CD player. He was so scared.
Oh, yo, you know what? I get you. I've done that once before. Like I forgot when. I think it was like. I don't know why I've always been scared of those movies. I think like 28 Days. Was it?
Those are scary.
Scary.
Because it can happen. It's a virus.
Scary. And like I would literally just like, I'd be like, you know what? Let me like play like my little like you know, my Baja Man. You know like
dogs out.
Yeah. And I'm like you know.
It's scary, man, because it can actually happen. And those zombies, they're fast. They're not slow. They don't.
Yeah, they're fast.
They'll fucking fuck you up.
Yeah.
That one's scary. The World War Z.
That was a good one.
That was good. Scary. And 28 Weeks Later was pretty scary.
Yeah.
I like the Resident Evil ones, but I could never play the games because I'm still scared of them.
Yeah, the games are scary. I don't like that.
I can't like people playing them. Like I can only take so much when I'm playing it, or like I turn down the volume, or like I turn it off. It's too scary.
Yeah. You know, I look at like, you know what? I'm good at sticking with my little comedies and video games. You know, put me on a little Call of Duty or something.
Yeah. What I like about comedies, they can make you laugh.
Yeah.
And when you laugh, like you feel better.
So much better. Yeah. It's like you can have something to talk about with your friends. You know, like be like, hey, yo, you remember this movie? Or like, you know, like those little like social media trend jokes. You know.
Oh hell yeah.
Like the. Oh, I got love a bad bougie. You know what I'm
talking about? Dude, the memes from that were hilarious. Oh, bad and bougie. And it was hilarious. Like, I mean, like, I don't know. I felt Joe was disrespectful, but at the same time, like, he didn't want to talk to them. And the Migos came in, like, they gave him bad vibes already.
Yeah.
And so I heard the Complex Everyday Struggle. The guy behind him was saying, like, wrap it up. So Joe's like, let's wrap it up. He just walked away. It was very disrespectful, and the fight almost ensued. That was crazy. Oh, and then fourth Migos like popped us, started punching people.
I saw like some on Twitter. It was hilarious. It was like it was like a breakdown of like the whole scene. Of like all the Migos getting up and like everybody in the background, like guy had like the biggest eyes ever, like. And like people were getting coughed. They're like, oh, just like pictures, and it just I was like, yo, this is hilarious. Like really just popped off, and it became like probably one of the biggest social media trends.
Yeah,
you know,
pretty funny.
And it's so true how like you know comedy where it's able to make you feel a certain type of way and forget about like you feeling like oh I had a bad day or whatever.
That's
you know?
true.
It's like pop on some Master and None.
Yeah,
that's a great show.
I gotta check that out. Because come to think of it, I love memes. I just scroll memes all day.
Yeah,
they make me laugh.
Yeah.
Like, I don't watch comedy movies as much as I should, but just scrolling through my phone, looking at my Instagram, like, looking at memes, it's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
I mean, especially what's going on today, like, so many depressing things.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, I think I do resort to memes as, like, kind of forget about it. Like, sometimes they're so crude, but, like, it's so temporary. I share them with people, but I feel so much better.
Yeah.
You know, I wake up in the morning, and the first thing you do, check your phone, check memes. Last thing you do, check your phone, check your memes, you know?
Yeah.
So I definitely get, the power of laughter and just like laughing and passing that on is it's powerful, man. It's life changing. Some say it's medicine.
It really is. You know, just put on a good comedy or like you just hang out with like a funny friend, you know, like just pop jokes left and right. You know, like it's like probably one of the greatest things, you know, like and just to be able to like to present that gift to people is like it's like liberating, you know, like it's super fun.
Do you see yourself becoming a comedian, stand up, or doing like comedy stuff?
You know, yeah. This is kind of like this is the first time I ever spoke it.
Yeah.
But
that'd be cool.
Yeah, man. You know, because like I just took like poetry series. You know, like I just took it serious and
you do poetry too.
Yeah.
Oh snap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Haikus or what?
You know what? Just
anything.
I just like write. You know, like
Spit some bars.
Just,
so like comedy, you definitely like you write some material.
Yeah, you know what?
Cool.
I do. I just started doing that.
That's
like
awesome,
literally a couple days ago. Like yeah, for sure. Like be on the lookout for some hilarious.
I'm
like
down.
You know. Yeah. So I the thing is like, I always like as a kid, I loved comedy. I love watching stand-ups. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like there's sometimes like my mom be like, "Hey, leave the room," you know, because like it was like a comic, you know, like and I was too young at the time, but then like once I got older, I was like, "Yo, I love laughing. I love jokes." Like I was always in the classroom just popping jokes, like just left to right, left to right, and like just knowing that like there's like a platform for this, like people could like, you know, like joke around and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, that's dope, you know. So like I decided that like, you know, being that I'm on this planet for like, I'm aiming for 100 years.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm aiming for 100 years, you know. But being I'm gonna be on this planet for a long time. I'm gonna do everything I wanted to do.
That's
direct,
a good way.
you know, keep DJing, writing, all this stuff. And I was like, comedy, I was like, I'm down.
That's
I'm down.
dope.
You know, so like, yeah.
Who which comedians like inspire you, or which ones do you watch a lot? Just name
Oh,
yeah.
100% Dave Chappelle, man.
I mean, I got into him through Dave Chappelle's show in Comedy Central. It was amazing. The next day, everyone was saying like Dave Chappelle related stuff from the night before. Yeah.
Dave Chappelle is hilarious. His you know, the Chappelle show. Off Tops, gosh, yo, like that. That was like literally the ritual. You know, had it on Netflix for a little bit.
Yeah, doesn't he have a new thing out on Netflix now?
Yeah. He had like 2 shows.
How are they?
Hilarious.
They're
like
good?
He's raw. Like he's like his jokes are so raw. It's ridiculous, and like they cross the line sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm like, wow, that was like actually kind of funny. You know, because he brings a lot of like race jokes, like black jokes and stuff like that. Like, you know, but it's not like it's more so like stuff that, you know, you can relate to.
Yeah, because you're of the background. Yeah.
So I'd watch it. I'm like, yo, this is funny, you know, because like it like exaggerates things, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So I was on, you know, his shows are super hilarious. Like those last 2 shows are just like raw, you know. Richard Pryor too.
Richard Pryor.
Hilarious. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I think we covered mostly everything, dude. Like your future aspirations to be a comedian, do everything.
Yeah, I mean, aspiration wise, like, yeah, just continue like making films, you know, directing films, continue music, continue producing, DJing, learning spiritually, and learning about like social, you know, like of this world, you know, and just like, comedy, and just keep rolling, just keep doing like what makes me happy. If I think something is dope, I'm gonna do it. You know, nothing's stopping me. There isn't like someone in front of me saying don't move. Right. You know, like there's only just like, if I'm still breathing, I got my legs, I got all this privilege to do what I want. I live in, even though like of all of the issues that like people of color go through, and like how like jacked up this nation is, like I still have the privilege to be able to like go to school without having like guns pointed, like awesome. like bombs coming down at me, you know. Man. So it's like as long as I got that privilege, I'm literally gonna do me. I'm gonna live, you know. And as long as like you know, you're just like stay in tune with yourself and being humble, as well as like see that light with everybody. I feel like, you know, it's all your world. Don't, you know, if I get it, whoever's listening to this, start like from me, like please do what gives you euphoria. Whenever someone tells you that, like, you know, don't go into film because it's unstable, or don't go into dance, you won't get a job or whatever. Go into dance, go into film. Like, please do it, because tomorrow's never promised. You don't want to like work for like the next like 4 years as a let's say like a MD, and then like you end up on your deathbed like the next week, and you're like, wow, what's something I regret in my life? I wish I continued film, or I wish I continued, you know, like dancing and stuff like that. So please do it. You know, you're young. If you're in your, regardless of any age, you can still, if you're breathing, you can make a move, you know. So please do it.
Words of wisdom, man. Thank you so much. Oh, where can we find you on social media? What's your like Instagram name, all the handles and all that stuff?
Well, Instagram name, it's Quinton.Cameron, QUINTON .Cameron. That's, well, CAMERON. That's where my film and photography page. Feel free to connect to me through that. I'm mainly on that. I'm on Twitter too.
Okay.
what was it, Quentin Cameron _, I think. That's
Mhm.
my Twitter handle. But yeah, no, I'm trying to like stay away from social media.
Are
Well,
you?
well, not like, because I realized something. I have not had my phone for the past 3 days. This is like the first full day out. I have my
Wow.
phone, you know, and like I've always like kind of like analyzed, like, you better be a kid.
Yeah.
You'd like hop on your bike or your skateboard. You go to your friend's house,
Mhm.
you know, or like hey, let's go, like, you know, call up your friend on like your, you know, the house phone,
Yeah.
and go out, and like you have like that much more of a connection with people.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like a lot of people in our society, we got so materialized,
Yes.
so caught up in technology,
Agree.
that we fail to see the beauty that's been given to us
I agree 100%.
automatically. So like I've noticed that, and like yeah, I noticed this. I was like, yo, social media, you look around, everybody's on their phone.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, social media, it's free marketing.
Mhm.
It's a great thing.
Right.
You know, you get to like connect with people that like you haven't seen in years, or
Mhm.
like family that's on the other side of the country.
Right.
You know, but like when there's too much, you know, when I feel like I was always on it,
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta like disconnect. I gotta connect back to like myself again. And so like, yeah, so I just stopped using social media that much. I started off with like Snapchat, just like deleted it from my phone. And
Oh,
like
that's why I don't see your stories anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like mainly just Instagram, my
Yeah.
film photography page, and Twitter, because Twitter's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm
Hilarious.
so new to it, but I mean, there are definitely negative impacts of social media.
Yeah.
You know, people are on all the time. I
Yeah.
think a lot of times it sets unrealistic high standards,
Right.
and people like through that they like it breeds envy, jealousy, and
Yeah.
feeling of like less self-importance.
Pride.
Oh, I'm not this model. Or I'm not look as good as this person.
Yeah.
Have this many followers. I'm nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
like it's crazy. I mean, I'm a victim to it too, where like sometimes you rate like your work or your worth of how many followers or numbers people follow you, how many people follow you, how many likes you get. It's crazy. And
Right.
it's all like in a sense, it's not even real.
It really isn't. You know what? Like in reality, like, I mean, of course, you create your own reality. You could,
Yeah.
I could say that there's like a unicorn right next to me, and
Yeah.
it's completely real. You know,
Yeah.
but like ultimately, you create your own reality. But the thing is like, I totally get you on that. Social media is a wild thing. Josh and I were just talking about it like not too long ago. How like you literally can recreate yourself on social media.
Yeah.
People do it all the time. You
Yeah.
make, you know, like you could, you know, you can have like 15,000 followers or whatever, and like people automatically think that you have something going for you, like you're like of like some like social status,
Mm-hmm.
that, and like you could post these photos, these specific photos that you can edit, or you can like, you'd be like, no, I don't want this one because this makes like, this doesn't make my cheekbone look profound,
Right,
because
right.
I look like a model. But then like when you meet that person, you meet them in person, they're completely different, because like they created like themselves through social media.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, it's like another world, you know, like you
Definitely.
literally just tune out this world and you're in this world, you know, like you're on
Yeah.
the phone. And it's like, don't get me wrong, you could have you could get a lot of good things out of it.
Yeah.
Technology is great, but I feel like too much of anything is wrong,
Mhm.
is not good. And
Yeah.
so, you know, like, yeah, I just feel like it's a good thing to like kind of like reconnect, but
Yeah.
not too much of social media. Of course, is not bad. Like,
Right.
you know,
But it's crazy. I mean, I find myself constantly checking my Instagram for likes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And like it's like a drug, dude. Oh, I check it for like 1 minute. Oh, I got like.
yeah,
Let me check it again. Do I have another like? Oh my god, I do.
yeah.
It's like
It's wild.
yeah.
Have you
it's
seen
a
this?
drug.
This episode of Black Mirrors. I think it was season 2 or
I
something.
haven't.
There's an episode. It's a show on
Mm.
Netflix. It's like the modern Twilight Zone.
I've seen one episode. It turned me off for the whole.
Really?
It was the first episode of the first season.
Oh,
The pig one.
wait.
Yeah.
The pig one. What was that one about?
It was in the UK, and they're like, "Yo, we're gonna blackmail you." That turned me off. I'm like, "Yo, I cannot handle this show."
No.
I'm not gonna spoil it for the audience, but I'm like, "Yo, if this is what this is, I'm not watching it."
You know what? I don't blame you. That was a wild episode.
That
I was like,
a little
really?
much. That was
Really?
a little much.
Yeah, but like it's for real, like the Twilight Zone, and like they had this one episode the most wild thing I appreciate. That's one, like piece of film I love. Black Mirrors are incredible. The directors on there are incredible. But like, basically, there was this episode about like this world. It was like in the future, and everybody had like the phone. And basically, whenever you talk to someone, say if I'm talking to you, and like I make you feel good. You know, I make it seem like I'm a really likable person. I'm gonna do my best to make it seem like I'm that person, so you can like rate me on this app.
Oh wow!
And this app is basically credit, like you know.
Wow.
Yeah, and so like basically, if you get like oh okay, you get a good rating, you get a good rating. Okay, now you can buy this house.
Wow.
But like, say if like you're like, say I guess like the closer you are to 50 is good, like the best. But like the lower you are from that is bad. So say if like you were like a rating of 30. Yeah. People will try to like avoid you. Whoa. Yeah, and they're like, say if you saw him, like you downgrade him, and so like they're like, no, oh my god, no, you know, like don't. That's and it's crazy because like you really it's really an eye opener. Yeah. You know, so like that's how I kind of feel how social media is now. It's like, you know, don't get me wrong, like I feel like having a mass amount of followers is a great thing. It's amazing because now you can get your content out to so many people. The thing is, like, I think one thing a lot of people I think they can take from this is like remain in your own lane. Everybody has like their own lane. As long as like you're in pursuit of what makes you happy, your window will open. You know, like because you're being true to yourself, and like when you're true to yourself, your inner self loves that, and so you're just gonna be fully connected. So like in terms of followers, say if like for example, right now I think I have like 450 or something like that followers on my like film photography page, and I'm completely content with that. Yeah. Whereas I know there's someone who like they have like 20,000, 30,000, and they got that within like 4 months or something like that. Yeah. But for me, I've been at it for like maybe like I don't know, like 7 months.
Yeah, multiple accounts.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, like, there's so many, man. I
only use 2 of them now. Yeah.
Man. Like solo art, solo visual.
Oh yeah.
Solo writing. I'm like, yo.
He has a lot. He has
Crazy.
a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, Solo. Shout out to you, man. Much love. You're killing it.
Dude, he is phenomenal, man. He has clothing line.
Yo, amazing.
His raps are dope. We have visuals. Yep. He's like the Renaissance just started a visual
man. Page I seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Renaissance man.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Just killing it. Always been just like a dope soul.
Yeah.
Solo. You know? Yeah. Solo.
Yeah.
Dope soul.
Cool. I think that wraps it up, man. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you, man.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, man. Thank you. I hope you listened to that. Some very cool life gems. May want to rewind this more than once and check it out. A lot of cool stuff.
Remix.
Thank you so much, man.